What is this feeling? I just felt the urge to shout out, right from the bottom of my lungs, while pointing my finger. Objection! I can't help but feel that's a word I've used quite a bit in the past. That's it. I remember now. I remember everything. The Legal League of Attorneys exchange, Isabela's trial, and then that strange book. This feeling, I feel like I can take on the world. Witness! What's the sudden pointing? Yeah. That's very intimidating, Phoenix. Keep doing that. I am soon to be the member of the Honorable Knights of the Inquisition. I accept your challenge. Have at you. You say that no fire was present at the scene of the crime, meaning the defendant must have used magic. Unfortunately for you, that is not the case. What do you mean, Sir Apprentice Baker? What I mean is that the defendant was, in fact, carrying a lantern containing fire. Those two robes were actually burned by the flame that was inside that lantern. That is the only logical explanation. My, what a startling conclusion you've come to, Sir Apprentice Baker. What do you mean? The only logical explanation? Do you agree with the statement, honorable witnesses? It is presumptuous for a man that knows nothing to claim that he knows something about which he really knows nothing. Shut the hell up. Seriously, huh? Besides, how could one teeny tiny flame be strong enough to set them both ablaze like that? There were two of them. How could that flame engulf them so fast? Furthermore, if they did not burn as you claim they did, do you mean to suggest that they were soaked in oil or something? Oh. A-E-O-O. Well, Sir Blue Knight, it would seem you have bitten off more than you can chew. Ah! I definitely didn't see that coming. What say you, my lord? Do you have any thoughts of the proceedings thus far? Given the testimony as we have heard it, this court has come to its conclusion. 'Twas a truly gruesome and merciless act, an act for which only one could be held responsible. The nefarious crime of magic.
Hold it!
Wait just a second. Is there something you have forgotten to mention, Defender? Not exactly, Your Honor. It's just that, you just said magic. That can't be right, can it? What are you suggesting, Sir Apprentice Baker? Shut the hell up with that title. I don't like that title whatsoever. Witches use magic, which in turn brings about disaster. Such is the way of this world, is it not? Well, yeah, that may seem to be the case. But no way is that actually possible. This court finds Espella Cantabella, the accused, charged with being a witch. Espella? A witch? A witch's existence in this world is a crime in it itself. The ability to use and control magic is a criminal offense indeed. As such, any witch found practicing magic will be sentenced to death by fire. No, you're wrong. I'm not a witch. I know I did that voice wrong. I've been doing freaking... I have so many voices to do. I have like, what? Let's see. Phoenix Maya, Barnham, Judge, Espella, and then the 4 witnesses. I got 9 voices that I gotta freaking figure out. Give me a break if I can't do it right. Sir Apprentice Baker, I do envy your current predicament. Do not envy. My lord, hand down your guilty verdict against this witch immediately. Objection! Objection! No, but there's no evidence to prove that any magic was really used. Put a sock in it, bread boy. We all heard her cast the spell. Huh? That's right. Snowy and I heard it. Isn't that right, Precious? We heard that incantation quite clearly. That frightening voice. There's no mistaking it. It was Espella's voice. Ah. Oh. These ears do not lie. I clearly heard an incantation most sinister. Ignaze it went. Incantation? Ignaze? It's no good. I can't wrap my head around this topsy-turvy, otherworldly court. Well then, it would seem the defense has no further objections. It appears so. The court finds the use of magic at the time of the murder to be an undeniable fact. Furthermore, the honorable witnesses have stated that they each heard an incantation being recited. The court finds no reason to delay its verdict any longer. Nick, we have to do something. I know, but what exactly can we say? Here, in this world, our sense of logic is completely useless.
This court is ready to hand down its verdict for the case of Espella Cantabella. Hold it.
There we go. Last minute save.
Your Honor, I request that the court hold its verdict a moment longer.
What is the meaning of this intrusion?
I have something I believe will be of use to the defense. A weapon of sorts. That's the Grand Grimoire. All of this world's magic is contained within its pages.
Knew I was saying that wrong the entire time, and people are probably going to be commenting about that, even though I haven't even put that video up yet, so...
Without it, this trial cannot reach a satisfactory conclusion.
The Grand Grimoire.
We meet again, Mr. Wright. Well now, it seems things are already afoot here, although the real contest begins now. Are you fully prepared? So, are you here to help us? Of course! The professor always helps people in trouble. It is the duty of every gentleman. Right, Professor? Professor? There is a saying that I find quite useful in situations such as this. There is a time for words and a time for action. Right. You have been working as a baker in this town up until now, have you not? I must say, I'm a little mystified. I'd have expected you to be more familiar with this world and its system of magic. Ah, yeah. How can I put this? I guess that's not quite the full story. Is that so? I kind of had an epiphany just now. I remembered all sorts of things, like how I'm not actually a baker. And well, how magic can't really exist. Then, it would seem I was correct about you, Mr. Wright. You are not, in fact, a citizen of this town. Is that correct? Right. At least it seems that way. However, for now, we have no option but to accept this world and its rules as a reality. Without first understanding those rules, I'm afraid you will not be able to save Miss Cantabella. But things like magic only exist in fairy tales and make-believe. I'm afraid, Mr. Wright, it would seem magic does in fact exist in this world, such a truth cannot be denied. Indeed, that is why the Grand Grimoire is a weapon well suited for this witch trial. At the moment, you are tantamount to a knight without a sword. I feel more like an attorney without a chance, actually. Right then, Mr. Wright. I'll explain how the Grand Grimoire works. Have a look at the touchscreen. There you'll see the Grand Grimoire button. Touching Grand Grimoire button, the Grand Grimoire button will open up the Grand Grimoire. You will be able to present spells from the Grand Grimoire in much the same way you would present evidence. This book will surely be a most important asset for us in this trial. Oh, that reminds me. I've gone ahead and bookmarked the spell Ignazi for you. Okay, so summons a circle of flame within a 1 meter radius of the caster. Requires an incantation and scepter? What? That seems odd. Ignaze. That's the magic spell at the witnesses said they heard, right? Nick, you should take a look at that spell. All I have to do is touch the Grand Grimoire button, huh? Like that. Can I? No, I cannot flip the page. Okay, cool. The defender has been given more than enough time. It would seem this trial has reached its end. Shut the hell up, objection. Is that understood, Sir Apprentice Baker? This case is quite straightforward, with very little room for doubt. The witness's testimony, coupled with the illustrations of the time of the murder, makes it quite clear what must have occurred. This murder was the result of magic. And furthermore, the caster of said magic was none other than the accused. That, Sir Apprentice Baker, is the truth. Best you go back to baking, for I believe your days in the courtroom have crumbled. Did he just make a better send them back to the kitchen joke at me? Ah! Is everything okay, Mr. Wright? Yes! It would seem that photographs do not exist in this world. Photos don't exist? I guess that makes sense. Ye old time period and all. The sketch drawn by the court illustrator. Therein lies your final chance, Mr. Wright. My final chance? I understand the witnesses have already finished their testimony. However, if you could perhaps find a clear contradiction with this illustration. There's another contradiction? In that case, there's still hope that I can turn this around. Mr. Wright, you have to hurry! Look, the judge! Yeah, he looks very impatient. He looks ready to deliver his verdict any second now. This is it. This is my last chance. What should I do? Give up. What kind of answer is that?
Hold it!
Hold it. 1 second, Your Honor. The defense requests permission to have another look at the court illustration. I think there might be a contradiction in there.
Objection!
You are already out of time. All testimony and evidence given thus far has been proven to be accurate.
Objection!
Objection. I wouldn't be so sure, Inquisitor Barnham. There's just one thing you've overlooked. A piece of evidence within this book. The Grand Grimoire. Absurd. I overlooked something. You are the defender here. You should have examined the tome earlier. You're right. I should have. But unfortunately, I was nothing but a simple baker until just now. Interesting. You've certainly begun to show your true colors, Sir Blue Knight. Oh, I love that title much more than Baker. Let us see the type of knight you truly are. Have at you! The defender will now show us this supposed contradiction. The court illustration and the Grand Grimoire. Oh my god, I forgot how to pronounce it again. Somewhere there's a contradiction between those two, and I've got to find it. This is my last chance. Defender, use this magnifying glass to locate the point of relevance. Then reveal to the court the location of this contradiction. The hell is a scepter? Is it like the wand thing? Oh. Oh. I guess it is a wand thing. It's just not it's not pronounced, or it's not spelt like that. It's not spelt like how it is in the game. I guess that's the English way of saying it or something. So yeah, let's just get rid of that. And I think I know what to point at now. I think we gotta point at this right. Well, what do we point at? Is it this?
Got it!
That? The contradiction is here. The hand of the accused? She appears to be holding a milk bucket. Yes, but the milk bucket was said to have vanished from the crime scene. It's quite possible that there's an important reason behind its disappearance. Inquisitor Bonham, what are your thoughts about this? It is quite mysterious indeed, my lord. However, the Inquisition believes it bears no relation to this case. Forest wolves simply came and stole the bucket, nothing more. Let us not dwell on the milk bucket for the time being, Mr. Wright. Rather, we should first consider any information within the Grand Grimoire that might lead us to the contradiction. Our new piece of evidence. Maybe I should have another look at it. It's the scepter! Granted, but be warned, you're running out of chances, Defender. Yes, yes, yes. Shut up. Yes, I know. It summons a circle of flame within a 1 meter radius of the caster. Requires incantation and scepter to there's no scepter.
Got it.
Is it that hand? Why is it that hand? You would think one hand or the other hand could do it, but whatever. The contradiction is right here. The hand of the accused? She seems to be holding a lantern. What is your point? According to this tome, using the spell Ignazi requires the use of the Witch's Scepter as well as an incantation. Isn't that right? Correct. For witches to use magic, they must be in possession of a Witch's Scepter, also known as a Talia Magica. If that's the case, then there's one thing that doesn't add up. Take another look at Miss Cantabella's hands. Tell me, do you see the Witch's Scepter in either of her hands? There we go. Let's see you point that sword at me now. You did it, Mr. Wright! But wasn't that contradiction a little too obvious? Tell that to the frickin' Inquisitor. You may be right, Luke. Eh? It would certainly appear that the good Inquisitor is taking this particular oversight rather too well. That is correct, Sir Apprentice Baker. Oh, you're back to that. Okay. But you should not underestimate me. This is perhaps your first time seeing this item, is it not? What the hell is that? Right here is the very scepter you mention. One of the witnesses found it tossed in the shrubbery on the side of the path. Oh, yes! Indeed, that was I! I located it! Oh. Maybe he's the frickin' real person. My feet found them, ensnared in the blasted thing, and it sent me flying through the air. Somehow, I'm not surprised to hear you fell, Gramps. Phoenix does not like his elders. This scepter does seem to carry a most sinister air. Indeed, my lord. However, this scepter will only work while in the hands of a witch, with the incantation being said aloud. Aww, that's too bad. I wanted to try lighting some stuff on fire. Please don't look at me when you say that. You see, there are 2 magic gems set in this scepter. Magic gems. Looks like a red gem and a white gem. these gems contain a particular magic spell. By simply looking at these magic gems, one can easily determine which magic spell can be used. Well, obviously the one is Ignazi. What's the other one, though? Nick, quick, look at this page! We've already seen that. I already pointed it out. Is that the red magic gem? Indeed. The red gem you see here is the spell Ignazi. If you look carefully, you should notice that this scepter also has one more spell that can be used. One more spell. That must be the white gem. Mr. Wright, I found it! Here's the spell for the white magic gem! Demere. Vanishing spell. Causes anything the caster touches to vanish from sight. Simply chant a mirror to make it reappear. So why is that? It seems like it's gonna be rather relevant. Yes. Causes anything the caster touches to vanish from sight. Ugh! Humph. I see you managed to work it out in that crusty head of yours. That's just... It can't be! The reason the Witch's Scepter couldn't be seen is because the magic spell Demere had made it disappear? That seems kinda implausible. Like, what? The hell? That's right. In other words, the accused conjured a cowardly spell to camouflage her own use of magic. But no. No! Way! No way! I can't yell it, sorry. I'm actually gonna need to stop the recording, like, really soon. Order! Order! Inquisitor Bonham, please submit this scepter into evidence.
Objection!
Objection! Hold on, please. Is there a problem, Sir Baker? Okay, I understand this is a witch's scepter. However, whether or not the scepter was in Miss Cantabella's possession has not yet been proven. What are you talking about, Sir Apprentice Baker? Isn't it obvious? I'm talking about fingerprints. Supposing Miss Cantabella did in fact handle this witch's scepter, then her fingerprints should still be on it. Part of me kinda thinks that they don't have a forensics team back in ye old age. Why are you dotting me off, Maya? You know about fingerprints. What's with the silence? You said fingerprints? Inquisitor Bonham, tell me, just what is this Baker blabbering about? I haven't the slightest idea. Clue, my lord. Is the Baker's first time in court after all? Huh? I'm afraid it's no use, Mr. Wright. In this world, it would seem the concept of fingerprinting does not yet exist. Yeah, that kind of screws us over a lot. What? I can't believe it! As I have said already, best you head back to the bakery, lest you continue to serve this court more of your half-baked ideas. They're about as half-baked as your terrible puns, Barnham. Forensic science does not exist here. Instead, this world in which witches and magic are accepted as fact. This is a world truly fascinating. Well, that sucks. Yeah, what the hell? More like it. There are just way too many things I don't know about this world. Mr. Wright, I believe you may be able to take these things you don't know and use them to your advantage. Huh? The Inquisition believes there is no room for debate on this matter. The accused clearly attempted to conceal her magic. Better luck next time, Sir Apprentice Baker. Mayhap your next loaf will not leave such a bitter taste in our mouths. Now then, my lord, I believe it is time. I ask that you render your unwavering verdict.
Objection.
Oh. Pardon the interruption. May I have a word, Inquisitor Bonham? What's that? Who might you be? My name is Herschel Layton. I am a friend of the accused. Inquisitor Bonham, please allow me to confirm what you believe happened on the night of the crime. You claim the Witch's Scepter was made to disappear through the use of magic, is that correct? Indeed, though through the magic spell Demere. If possible, would you mind providing proof of this particular claim? What? You claim the scepter was not seen. Indeed, that is one possibility. However, a wise man must always consider every possibility. What say you, Inquisitor Bonham? Can the Inquisition fulfill the request presented by the gentleman with the unusual hat? The Inquisition cannot honor this request for proof. If you are asserting that the accused is not a witch, then the burden of proof lies at the feet of the defender. Come on! It's the Inquisition's job to prove that a crime was committed! As I thought, indeed it would appear the accepted method of thinking in this world differs greatly from our own. How regrettable, Sir Apprentice Baker, and you, Sir Dark Hat. Well, you know what my objection would be? My objection would be simply chant Amir to make it reappear. There was no one saying that they said Amir. Inquisition, Sir Bonham, sir! Should you require it, I stand to lend my testimony. Would anyone care to purchase any pre-testimony flowers? I've got a lovely array of bewitching lilies. Snowy and I will not be dismissed so easily. We came here to expose the identity of this witch. Isn't that right, Precious? A witch's scepter, you say? Yes, yes, I know of such a scepter. Allow me to elucidate the matter. What do you think, Inquisitor Bonham? Your witnesses appear to have something to say on the subject. Very well. Most honorable witnesses, I grant your request to testify once more. Tell the court all you know regarding this Talia Magica. Oh, well, we've somehow managed to keep the trial going. I owe you one, Sir Dark Hat. Please, Mr. Wright, Mr. Layton will suffice for the time being. You heard me think. When I saw her, the witch was carrying a large milk bucket in one hand and a lantern in the other.
The girl had that lantern hanging from her wrist, and her hand was contorted in a strange way. I got a good look at her hand and looked for certain she was gripping something.
The witch was holding a scepter in her right hand. She did not drop it once before she was apprehended. Can I get that picture again? I see. The accused's hand was contorted in a strange way. I do believe this is quite an important piece of testimony.
I saw it. I most certainly saw it. She was holding an invisible scepter. We saw it too. It was the girl up there, without a doubt.
I as well. These old eyes don't see as well as they once did, but I witnessed the hazy, blurry form of the accused quite clearly. Don't tell the court you're blind. My eyesight is as sharp as the edge of my trusty blade. A toy sword. How fascinating. Although I wonder if he understands the implications of that analogy on his vision. I knew that was a frickin' toy or something. Sir Baker, you may proceed with your interrogation. Mr. Layton's given me another chance. I can't let it go to waste. Although I will actually continue this part in the next video or cut to the next video because, well, let's just get to here because I can't touch the menu bar for some reason. But it is like 6 o'clock and I need to like pretty much save, quit, and be done with this. So let's just save right here for the time being. Get that save going, and hope you all enjoyed, and either catch you in a sec or catch you